Can these four crackers and biscuits deliver on flavour and value? Which one will reign supreme?
Welcome to Great Taste Ed Reviews, where I taste award-winning food and drink and ask whether these great taste stars really deserve the hype. These stars come from the Guild of Fine Food, judged blind by industry experts. Each episode, I take one food or drink category and compare a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, plus a wild card with no stars at all.
And because great flavour isn't always great value, every product gets a 1 to 5 value score. Then, I crown the best all-round choice. Episode 4, Savoury Crackers and Biscuits. Let's rate the ratings. This is our 1-star savoury biscuit, Nairn's Fine Milled Oatcakes, awarded 1 Great Taste Star in 2023, a Scottish-made oatcake with finely milled whole grain oats, intended to be thin, crispy, and a versatile base. Across retailers and review platforms, many shoppers praise their crisp texture and versatility with toppings, but others find them a bit too plain on their own, or too light to be satisfying without something on top. Let's see. Now, I'm not expecting a big, bold flavour or anything that would overpower a cheese that might typically go on top. It needs to serve as a base or as a delivery vehicle for anything you might want to put on top. The primary flavour should be a subtle yet wholesome flavour of whole grain oats. I think a high quality oat cake should also have a toasty aroma, which this has. It should also have a good snap, which this has, and a crumbly mouthfeel, which this has. Dry, crispy, gently oaty, subtle and restrained. I like this a lot. I think a strong soft cheese like a Stilton or a Camembert, even a cream cheese, something with a little moisture would go really well on top of one of these. The question is, did it deserve its 1 Great Taste Star? I'm going to say yes. It's a solid base biscuit with a satisfying texture and would work well with toppings. Now, as for value for money, I paid a mere £1.15 for 218 grams of oatcakes. This is a very competitive price for a product of this calibre and far cheaper than many other leading brands. So my value for money score has to be a 5 out of 5. This is our 2-star savoury biscuit, Stag Water Biscuit Salt and Pepper, awarded 2 Great Taste Stars in 2014, a traditionally baked water biscuit lightly seasoned with salt and black pepper. Customer reviews for these water biscuits generally highlight their crispness and subtle seasoning as a great match for cheese, though a minority find the pepper flavour underwhelming or the seasoning inconsistent. Let's see. I'm hoping that this water biscuit is extremely crisp and brittle, and that the salt and pepper is just there as a back note seasoning, not too strong. Like the oatcakes, this needs to act as a carrier to allow the toppings to sing. Elegant little box. It's good. Very crisp with gentle salt and pepper, I would say. Classic and straightforward. But did it deserve 2 Great Taste Stars? Is it a standout water biscuit? Based on the texture and the crisp mouthfeel, I would say it is. It's a class apart. And sometimes water biscuits can be a little chewy even when fresh. This isn't. It's not an especially bold flavour, but you wouldn't want that for a biscuit of this kind. 2 Great Taste Stars deserved. Now, I paid £3.30 for 150 grams of water biscuits, which is pretty steep when you consider that there are many perfectly acceptable water biscuits on the market at a fraction of that cost. For that reason, my value for money score would have to be 3 out of 5. This is our 3-star savoury biscuit, cheese sablés with cumin from Pea Green Boat Bakery in Edinburgh. A rich, butter-forward sablé with cheese and aromatic cumin, highly regarded for craft and flavour. On retailer listings and specialty food sites, customers mostly praise their rich cheese depth and distinctive cumin lift, though a few note the flavour can be quite intense or rich for simple snacking. Let's see. Now, these biscuits are different to the other two offerings because they can and probably should be eaten as a snack in their own right. So the taste profile must really impress. Now, I'm guessing and hoping that these cheese biscuits will have a very intense cheese flavour. The addition of earthy, slightly bitter cumin is probably there to balance the savoury tang and intensity of the strong cheese. Let's find out. You get that cumin straight away. Wow. Buttery, savoury richness with pronounced cumin notes. Very characterful. Maybe a touch too much cumin. These are exceptional though. There's a lovely, short, crumbly texture. It's a bit like biting into a savoury shortbread. Not greasy, like some biscuits of its kind that I've tried. Yeah. Superb. Did it deserve 3 stars? Yes, absolutely. Bold, balanced, and expertly made. Outstanding. I paid £4.35 for an 80-gram box. Not cheap at all. And the problem is, they're so delicious, you wouldn't want to share them. And you're likely to finish them in one sitting. That's a very pricey one-serving snack. For that reason, my value for money score is a 3 out of 5. But they are exquisite, so you must treat yourself to a packet. These are the Snack Organisation Sweet Chili Rice Crackers. The Snack Organisation is a UK-based snack brand focused on making great tasting, healthy snacks like baked rice crackers and noodle pots, available both online and in major supermarkets. Their philosophy centres on crisp, low-fat, flavour-forward snacks that still fit into everyday lifestyles. Looking at retailer listings, many shoppers praise their light, crisp texture and approachable sweet chili flavour. But others note that the seasoning can be subtle and that they're not especially bold compared with heartier savoury biscuits. Let's see. Okay, let's see how these rice crackers fare against the superstars. Very crisp and light. You know you're eating a low-calorie snack just by the texture alone. There's a very satisfying crunch, but the seasoning sits a little shy of what I was expecting. I think I'd like a bit more heat. I think you could add something creamy and mild to these rice crackers, like a cream cheese or even a sour cream. But to be honest, I think it might be better just to eat these as a snack like you would a packet of crisps or chips. Does it deserve a great taste star? Is the question. No. They're enjoyable for what they are, light snacks with a chili hint, but they don't have the complexity and the savoury craftsmanship that I think great taste typically rewards. Now, I paid £1.15 for 100 grams from Sainsbury's, which is an absolute bargain for what you get. And it is a very tasty snack with a nice snappy texture. Value for money score, 5 out of 5 for sure. After sampling all 4 and considering craftsmanship, flavour and value for money, 1 rose above the rest. The standout savoury biscuit for me is Nairn's Oatcakes. great to apply a strong flavoured soft cheese to, or a hard cheese with a pickle or a chutney. Lovely stuff. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and tell me what category I should rate next. More stars, more value, more great taste next time. Let's rate the ratings.